Hey everyone, if you like the channel, please consider subscribing. It means a ton. Thanks so much. Enjoy the video.
This is a bottomless boat. So when I get ready to launch it, what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna step right into the boat. I'm gonna make sure that these oars are up and out of the way. And what I can do is as I back out, I can just sort of use my legs to sort of work it out. I don't want to go out too deep. I want to get out sort of knee deep here in comfortable position. The water's not moving too fast. Now I can sit down and get ready to row. I don't want to push out without having my oars ready. So my feet are on the ground, my oars are ready, and now I can give myself a little push with my feet and I can start rowing out into the faster current. When I come in and I'm going to beach the boat, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of pull in. I'm going to have a good look at what's down below me before I actually stand up. There could be a big hole, there could be some rocks, there could be a root ball or an obstruction. So you want to be mindful of where you're about to stand up. I'll get the oars up and out of the way. That way they're not catching on anything or I'm not going to trip over them. Now I can sort of stand up and I can just walk my boat into the beach and I can step out. I got a little spot that I want to run down here and fish, but I'm not going to leave my boat here. If I leave my boat just with the nose of it sitting up on the beach, there's a good chance that the water's going to grab it or wind's going to grab it, and I'm going to be downriver. I'm going to be throwing out a couple flies and a couple casts, and then I'm going to see my boat drifting by me. We don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this boat and I'm going to get it up nice and high. That way it's going to be secure on the shore. Water levels here can change drastically within a short span. If you're fishing a tailwater fishery, and they open up that dam a little bit, all of a sudden the water is going to come up and that boat's going to float away. So we want to make sure that that boat's secure. If we are fishing close by, maybe we're just fishing a little bucket here or something, we can leave the boat here, it's within eyesight. If we plan on leaving this boat, maybe we've used it to cross the river and now we're planning on hiking down for an hour and we won't be back to it, there's a few things we can do. We can make sure that it's up nice and high. We have the rope with us so we can tie this off to a rock or a stump, which is not a bad idea. One thing that we get here in the Pacific Northwest is we get a lot of wind in the late afternoon, especially on a sunny day. The wind and the heat will start blowing and all of a sudden you'll have this little sort of raft here and you'd be quite surprised how this raft will move around with the wind. So one of the things that I'll do on a windy day is I'll grab a rock and I'll just put it up on the platform of the boat here, hold it down and secure it. What I'm doing right now is I'm back rowing, and so I'm pulling the boat against the current. As soon as I stop back rowing, the river current is going to grab me and I'm going to start moving downstream. I'm in a soft current here on the side, and as I move out fast into the faster river, all of a sudden this boat speeds up a lot. If I'm looking downstream where I'm going, all of a sudden I can start back rowing a little bit more. I can slow myself down a little bit more. I see that the area is clear below me. I can pick up the oars and let myself float downstream. And back rowing is also how you get back into the beach. So if I look at the shore here and I want to go in, I'm going to pull on my right oar. It's going to push me over to the left-hand side. If I want to come off the beach, I'm going to row with my left oar and just control it with the right. A lot of this oar movement, you'll just get used to as you row this boat more. You'll get used to how it handles, how much pressure and how much power that you have to put into each stroke. And what you want to be, as you're rolling, you want a little bit of purchase area. And purchase is how much water that blade of the oar can grab. And so right now I'm in about 2 or 3 feet of water, so I have lots of room. I can dig those oars nice and deep if I have to. And if I get into some shallower water, some ripple water, I don't have the same amount of purchase with the blade. I can't get it as deep and I can't pull as hard. And what happens with that is you start losing a little bit of the control that you have as you were in deeper water. So here we are. This is a backstroke. This is giving me a lot of control over the boat. of where it's going. It's slowing me down. It'll give me a good chance to look at any obstructions that are downstream. This is a forward stroke here. This speeds me up and gets me through the water a little quicker if I'm in a slow section. My suggestion would be, if you're new to this kind of style of boating, is that you want to use that forward stroke to build speed as you're going downriver. What you don't really want to do when you're out here is turn your boat around and pull yourself downstream. You don't have a good idea of the obstructions that are down below you as you do that. And you build quite a bit of speed doing that. So what you want to do is you want to find yourself in a position where you can back row like this or forward row to give yourself a little bit extra speed to get downriver. When we're traveling in our boat, we're obviously going to have a few fishing rods with us. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that they're secure and safe when we're in the boat. If we're going through some faster water and the boat bounces a little bit, this rod can bounce out and go in the water. That's happened to me before. So there's a few places that you can put the rod on. If you're just going down some easy water and you're not really worried about anything, usually what I'll do is I'll just sort of tuck it in behind me here and have it sticking out the back of the boat. You can also clip it into some of the clips that are on the boat, or you can rig up something that will actually hold the rod a little bit better. If you'd like, you can break the rod down and put it on, but really what you want to do is just make sure that it's secure when you're traveling. And the other thing that you really want to be mindful of is when you're coming into shore. And if you have this rod sitting on the boat and it's sticking out the back of the boat and you're rowing into shore into maybe some rocks or some trees, there's definitely the chance that that rod tip is going to go and find those rocks or find those trees. And it's not a great feeling when you're rowing into shore into your favorite little spot and all of a sudden you hear a big snap behind you and you look over and go, oh, forgot my rod was there. Just be mindful that your rod's there, that it's not sticking out the bat, that you're not going to break it on anything, and that it's not impeding any of your oar movements as you're rowing.